because he was checking these buses after delivering the kids. I said, well, they're supposed to take that home, so we know at least one yellow card didn't make it home. But now, I guess might as well introduce our program. It's time. Miss Katie Flory is the, instructor, I guess, of a floral design class. And there are 6 arrangements on the tables, which we will auction off at the conclusion of this, but she and her students will make an arrangement up here. But I'll let her first tell you about the operation that she operates. It's a bunch of misfits, but you know, you'll see the thing.
Hi, I'm Katie Flory. I started at Gilmer a couple of years ago, and I've loved it ever since and kind of stayed here and really have enjoyed it. But yes, I teach floral design, advanced floral, and horticulture. And I love it. I'm kind of the plant lady, and I really enjoy it. I have a couple of my advanced floral design students here with me today. They at least have their level 1 floral certification to be in my advanced floral, and they're working to get their level 2 this year. They're going to talk about 4 parts of our classes. They're going to talk about the intro floral design, advanced floral, the contests we go to, and the certifications they can receive in high school in our program. It's also a part of FFA, so a lot of kids come into floral design thinking that it's not a part of the FFA program, but it is. So they have their official dress on today. Makes them look a little fancy up here. But they have a presentation for y'all. They're going to tell you about it, and then we're going to build one of these arrangements that are on the table, and they'll tell you a little bit about it from like an industry standpoint, how we make it in our class. So I hope y'all enjoy it, and they'll go ahead and come up here. And at the end, if y'all have any questions for them, I'm sure they can answer them, I can answer them. Yes.
The principles and elements of floral design is designed to develop the fundamental techniques to create and construct marketable floral arrangements. In this class, principles and elements of design will be covered and many arrangements will be taken home. At the end of this course, students will be able to create bud vases, homecoming mums, 4 basic shapes of design, funeral and wedding arrangements, and other floral creations. At Gilmer High School, students will earn a fine art credit and will become an FFA member. FFA is an integral part of this class and plays an important role in the curriculum. Membership is included with the enrollment of this class. Students are strongly encouraged to participate within the chapter within this and as this organization strives to develop students' potential premier leadership, personal growth, and career. The certification offered to these students in this class is the Texas State Florist Association, that they hold a level 1 certification each spring. And we have a few projects here with us today for you to look at.
Our advanced floral design course will cover a wide range of techniques and skills to create and construct marketable floral arrangements. Students will spend time in floral shops, creating seasonal arrangements, and designing funeral and wedding arrangements. Each student will be required to sell a fundraiser to the public. The fundraiser includes 6 seasonal designs. For example, we sell fall, winter, spring, Valentine's, Easter, and Mother's Day arrangements. While making these arrangements, we practice placement of flowers, how to make bows, and the basics for an abstract design using pine cones, pumpkins, and even candy canes. The certification offered for our advanced floral design class is with the Texas State Florist Association. They hold a level 2 floral certification each spring. Students will have the opportunity to take the certification exam, and the fundraiser will pay for their funds.
Retail florists are always looking for floral designers who know how to create basic designs needed in a shop on a daily basis. Texas State Florist Association has begun to fulfill this need by the development in 2004, the Texas High School Certification Program. This certification program allows school districts to provide more value to their diploma and helps young, enthusiastic floral designers meet their retail florist needs. Requirements for certification are enrollment and completion of a year-long Texas Education Agency approved floral design curriculum and passing a TSFA approved written exam and the design of 2 floral pieces in a time setting. TSFA now offers a Level 2 certification for advanced floral design students. They are required to make a portfolio, an asymmetrical design, corsage, and a dozen rose vase arrangement. We have a few portfolios we're going to pass around for each of you to look at this time. Throughout the certification process, Ms. Flory offers 4 practices for fresh flowers for the Level 1 certification, and we practice Level 2 certification throughout the class by making our portfolios.
Throughout Principles of Floral Design, Advanced Floral Design, and Horticulture, there are many contests. Career development events, also known as CDEs, relate to the floral industry in many ways. Floriculture is the contest in the floral industry. Throughout the contest, there are many stations, the first being identifying 118 plants, doing a keep cold section, taking a 50-question exam, and lastly, placing the arrangements in the floral standard orders. There are 2 floral/horticulture contests that we attend throughout the year. The first is the East Texas State Fair and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. The first contest that we go to is the refurbished potted container contest. This is simply done by planting plants in an unusual container. We also create a step-by-step portfolio to provide pictures of our containers when we make them. We have a few examples today. The next contest is the Floral Cup. The contest consists of making a design based on a challenge. The challenge this year was to create a design based off of an important event in your life. For example, a graduation, birthday, wedding, or even a gender reveal. The container you bring will complement the event you chose. If you place top 10, you move to the second round. You make a bridal bouquet, a boutonniere, or a corsage. These contests allow us to use industry skills in real-world situations.
And now they're going to show y'all how to make the arrangement that's on your table today. It might be a little quicker than what we'll do in class, but this will just kind of show you what we do whenever we start making our fundraiser arrangements. And they'll walk you through each step and why they're doing it in that order. Yeah, I can do it while y'all are building it if you want me to. So one of the big things that we talk about in my floral class to kind of get their feet set where they need to be is we talk about gridding your arrangement. So in the olden days, whenever you gridded an arrangement in a floral shop, they used anchor tape to grid the actual base of the arrangement. Now they teach you to grid with greenery. And so in order to grid with greenery, you have to use different types of greenery. And so what that is allowing you to do is whenever it comes to the time for us to put the actual flowers in the arrangement, they stay a little sturdier, because if you've ever ordered an arrangement, you don't want it to get to your house and be completely fallen apart from the way that you ordered it. So that's a really big thing, is to make sure that they stay nice and secure. And so that's what Alex and Dayton are showing y'all right now, is they're just walking you through how to kind of grid it. Usually we start with 3 pieces. And so here recently I taught an actual Pinterest night at the high school and invited some of the teachers up to it. It was a lot of fun. And one of the biggest things that I teach new floral designers is to work in a triangle. If you can start in a triangle and get those 3 main points down, it's much easier to move on to the next step. And so that's kind of what they're doing today, is showing y'all how to do that. It's funny, we had a greenery catastrophe yesterday. And so some of the greeneries actually just went and cut off like pine trees and cedar trees, because it's what they give us, like big bushes whenever they come in anyways, so it was fine. The berries that they're putting in there are called hypericum berry. They come in all different types of colors. We chose those to kind of accent the other flowers, the red and the white, to look pretty together. And I try, as they're doing these arrangements, to stick with all of our like our floriculture contest, what they were talking about, the flowers that are on the floriculture contest, because it's really good ID practice for the girls that are on that team. So this is just showing you like our basic greenery for it, how it looks. This is pretty easy once you get it set down. Sometimes you have to retake it apart a few times, but it works for the most part for us. So next, what they're doing, we also work in the types of flowers. So in my intro class, in some of those notebooks, we talk about the different types. There's greenery, line, form, mass, and filler flowers. So we started with our greenery first, and now they're moving on to the filler flowers. Filler flowers have exactly what their name is for it to be, is they are supposed to fill in the gaps. They add just a little bit of flair. They're usually smaller flowers. I'm sure most of y'all know what baby's breath is. Baby's breath is one of the #1 floral filler flowers in the industry. And a lot of the time that comes with price. Baby's breath is pretty much a cheaper flower whenever it comes to floral terms. And they're just working their way around the container now, filling in the gaps. With your floral flowers, you try to work towards the base of the container and then move up with it. And so she's sticking them in the corners to kind of fill in. And those are mini carnations, so they come very branchy. And what they're doing right now, because I'm sure you probably can see them a little whispering to each other, they're just working in on how to fill in the gaps, where it goes. A lot of the times whenever we're building these in class, you look at it and then you're like, oh, let's just take this apart and restart sometimes. So, and we worked here recently a lot with Simply Beautiful in town. She always offers to have us in there, and she'll set up a little class, and she's like that too with them. If they don't like it, then take it apart and restart. So we do that a lot. Yeah. And so that's just to kind of show you all the filler in there, just to fill in some more of the gaps, and it keeps gritting for your focal flowers. So the next step that they are doing is moving on to our form flower. Form means funky or unique. That's how I teach that to my intro class, is your form flower is supposed to be your unique flower. It should stand out. A lot of the times lilies in general are considered a form flower. For this one, we're using a spider chrysanthemum. And so spider chrysanthemums are really leggy, and they open up nicely, and they add that unique vibe that you need to an arrangement for it to stand out. And so the fancy part of it is that they come with those little nettings on there, and then you wait until you're done to pull it off, because if not, sometimes those legs loosen up and they fall off. So, and she's working in the triangle that I talked about earlier. She's just going to place them in a little triangle around their arrangement, and using the grid to hold it up.
Where do y'all get those flowers from? Like what she's putting in right now.
Hills Wholesale
Okay.
Florist in Longview is where I order our flowers from. So, but it's really nice. A lot of the times Simply Beautiful also will donate flowers to us, and it's really nice. Like some of hers that are not so good looking, she'll give us to practice with. And that's good. So there's your form flowers, the spider chrysanthemums in there. And then lastly, a big part of the level 2 floral certification is bows and adding decoration to your arrangement. So for this one, we really tried to emphasize on that to go in their portfolio as a big, nice, fancy bow. And we added some accent to it to make it a little more abstract is the pine cones. Plus it looks really nice for a Christmas design. We'll also put a couple of candy canes in there. And that will pretty much complete our arrangement. And whenever we went to work in the floral shop last week, she went over how to make an easier bow. Bows are a struggle. If you've ever practiced a bow, it's rough sometimes to make those. So she tried to teach us a little easier way to make them. And I think for the most part, we liked her way much better than we liked YouTube's way. So, yeah, hers was good. And then Dayton's putting in the candy canes. And on the bottom there, we just floral taped the candy canes, so you can still eat them if you wanted to eat them. They're just fine. That is our Christmas floral arrangement. We added a little card in there that says Happy Holidays for y'all. So if you get one of them today, you'll get to take this home. Do you?
Good job, girl.
Do y'all have any questions for them or anything we can answer that maybe our speech up here didn't tell y'all about?
You made it look really easy.
Yeah.
It's not that easy, but it looks really good.
Yes. It takes practice for sure. So, and we've made quite a bit of arrangements already this year, and their floral fundraiser that they talked about, they're required to sell at least one arrangement per season. But a lot of them up here sold like 2 or 3 or 4, so we get lots of arrangements that we have to make and deliver. So it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I pushed for advanced floral design whenever I came to Gilmer. It was not here. It's kind of my recommendation. So, and I love teaching that class. It's been fun.
You haven't introduced the heathens.
Okay, so over here is Alex Kadelka. She's a senior. The next one's Elena Mosley. She is also a senior. You have Avery Jackson, who is a junior. You have Dayton Edwards, who's a senior, and you have Madison Kaysen, who's also a senior. So, yeah, I'm going to miss them seniors next year. Avery will just be all by herself. So, they're good. They've been a good group. It's been funny. Yeah, I know. I have had y'all since. Elena and Madison were in my advanced floral last year. You can take it 2 years if you want to. And I kind of like push them to take it again. So. Good. Any other? Yes, sir.
Obviously, this is an elective. Is it part of another subject, or is it give credit within its own?
Yes, sir. So it can either be an elective credit, but the floral class, a lot of kids take it at Gilmer because it counts as an art credit. So instead of having to take actual art class, they can take floral design, and it counts for that for them. So I think that's a big reason too why it's such a big class at Gilmer, is because it's an art credit. So, but for the most part, it's either an elective and it's integrated with FFA.
So are you the art teacher, or do we have another art teacher? Or?
No, sir, I am not the art teacher. Actually, Miss Ender is the art teacher, and she's across the way at the high school in the vocational building. No, I just teach floral, horticulture, and advanced floral. Anything else?
Are we starting to bid it?
Cool. There you go.
Thank you,
Thank you all for having us.
Yeah.
Mr. Albritton has set up this school situation such that they have to fund their own. So, you have the opportunity of taking one of these 7 home with you today.